मेरे चैनल में आपका स्वागत है। और आज हम लोग फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर के ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बिहेवियर सब्जेक्ट के 10th चैप्टर के ऊपर डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। जैसा कि हम पहले भी अपने वीडियोस में डिस्कस कर चुके हैं कि दीज आर द स्मॉल 10-15 मिनट्स वीडियोस फॉर द वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल सो दैट you will get a crisp understanding what is covered in the chapter. It's basically a summary view of the complete chapter, just a sort of revision before the exams, and definitely we will be covering the important descriptive questions which are being important from exam perspective. So let's start with our 10th chapter. So 10th chapter is all about the conflict management. So conflict management is basically because we all know that every individual is different, right? Every person is different, has a different thought process. So it's obviously conflict hota hai, right? Even if we say that when we are writing for the assignments or we are just giving the exam, somebody will say the option will be A, the other will say no, it's B, somebody will say for C, or maybe when we are writing the assignment, somebody will write in a different way, and when it leads to some marks or some you can say some rewards, then the conflicts may arise say boss mine is better or others is not, so it relates to the conflict, right? So this is all about the conflict management. And if you talk about the conflict, then there are three views of the conflict. One is the traditional view, according to which all the types of conflicts are harmful to the organization. Second is human resource conflict, which says it is a natural phenomenon. The third one is interactionist view, which is basically help says that conflict is important to performance of the group in a more effective manner, right? Then next comes as the sources. Okay, what leads to the major sources of the conflict is simply it's due to the communication or maybe some personal variables, some unrealistic expectations, the change or the goal, difference in the values and the behavior. Right. Then let's discuss about the positive and negative aspects of the conflict. It's not always कि हमेशा conflict आपका negative ही होगा. It sometimes it can be positive. If we talk about the positive, then maybe it leads to the some change in the organization behavior, like maybe some HR policy or maybe some change in the salary. Means if all will rise and raise the concern, then maybe the things will change. Competition is it's very important thing that it will lead to a healthy competition. Okay, he has done something and he got the reward, so I also do something better so that get more reward. It's all about the healthy competition. Creativity, definitely it can help in bringing up the new ideas so that to perform better. But sometimes it leads to a negative one, like the performance degradation. Like sometimes people are so much involved in arguing कि यार दिन भर बस लड़ाई करनी है. We just want to argue and they are not able to deliver their task. It's low employee retention. जब fights होते हैं, chit chats होते हैं, then people feel a little bit demotivated and they are not able to work perform and they simply start leaving the organization. So this is some negative aspects. Then next comes the two types of the conflict. The one is the functional and second one is the dysfunctionals, right? Functional is basically considered in a positive way. It's little bit important in terms of the MCQ question. तो फंक्शनल के अंदर आपके दो पॉइंट्स आते हैं. वन इज द डेविल एडवोकेसी एंड सेकंड इज द डायलैक्टिक. सो इन दोनों पे आपका डैम श्योर एक क्वेश्चन या दो क्वेश्चन आपके इस पे आएंगे ही, राइट? सो इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द डेविल एडवोकेसी, इट्स बेसिकली आप किसी एक बंदे को आप डेविल बना रहे हो कि वो हर चीज में आप क्रिटिसाइज करेगा. एक्चुअली हिज रोल इज समथिंग लाइक ही हैज टू क्रिटिसाइज so that he will come up with some new ideas so that other will also give some good ideas. And second one is simply the dialectic method, which involves the conducting of the debate. If we are having some conflict, then we can have a sort of debate between the different members and see what is the best decision which can be implemented, right? Then next comes as the dysfunctional conflict. This is a little bit on the negative side. It means जब भी कोई conflicts हो रहे हैं then उसके कुछ negative outcomes आएंगे. It's related to the integrating or the obligating or dominating. It's simply the negative a little bit methods of to deal or the dysfunctional conflicts. इन methods को कैसे कंट्रोल किया जा सकता है? These are like integrating. It's simply the problem solving method. Obligating, it's simply एक obligate means it's simply you are neglecting खुद का कंसर्न आप नेग्लेक्ट करके सामने वाले को आप एग्री करा रहे हो. एंड लास्ट इज डोमिनेटिंग वेयर यू से आई विन यू लॉस. इट्स सिंपली के वट एवर आई एम सेइंग इट्स द करेक्ट इज द बॉस मेथड, राइट? Then next comes as the types of conflicts. It's very simple. This is important from exam perspective. जोहरी विंडो पे डैम श्योर आपका एक क्वेश्चन आता ही आता है for it's a short question, MCQ question. So just read this topic. It's a very easy and it's a scoring one. So it's there are three types of interpersonal, intergroup, and intra-individual. So it's interpersonal is basically when you are having the conflict between the two persons. So it's simple interpersonal, and इसमें बेसिकली आपका एक जूरी विंडो आता है जिसमें आपके 4 एरियाज हैं विच आर बेसिकली self disclosure and the shared discovery, and it's simply one is open area, second is the blind area, third one is the unknown area, and fourth one is the hidden area. So open area is simply it's 4 quadrants basically. So the open area is simply the information that we know about others and others also know, right? सामने वाले बंदे को भी पता है और आपको भी पता है, right? Blind area is simply the information which we are not aware. सामने वाले को पता है कि these are the issues, but I am not aware of that part. Hidden area is the reverse, where I know what are the issues, but others don't know. And fourth quadrant is unknown area, where we both don't know what is the issue or what's the gap, right? So these are the 4 types of interpersonal. Then next comes as the intergroup. So intergroup is simply when we are having the inter groups, different groups, and we are having the conflict between different groups. Then it comes the part of the intergroup. As the name suggests, it's very simple. That's why I told now. And third one is the intra-individual. So intra-individual is simply known as the intra-psychic, where the individual argues with himself about the issue, right? Like he's not confident what to do. Like suppose you are going to buy a car or anything, then you think, yeah, ye kharidu. It's simply like you are having frustration, you are having some goal conflict or a role conflict, and it leads to the individual conflict. Then there are certain ways of the conflict resolution and the management. It's simply like problem solving, subordinate goals, increasing the resources, avoidance, compromising, authoritative command, and altering the human variables. So these are the some techniques of the conflict resolution, right? And the last one is encouraging the functional conflict. So it's simply the restructuring the group or restructuring the group or restructuring the group, right? So at the end, if you restructure the group, then it will surely help the intergroup or the intragroup issues, right? It's simply when you bring some outsiders or restructure the group or appointing the devil's advocate. So these are the some techniques so that you can avoid such kind of conflicts, right? So these are the certain points which we had discussed for this subject, for this chapter. If you have any doubt, just feel free to connect to me at ngsc.mb@gmail.com. If you like this video, do like, do subscribe, and stay connected for next videos. Thank you so much.